by about the mid 1990s, I started to realize the pedophilia, Satanism uh, connection, where so many of the people I was investigating ended up with pedophilia and Satanism. I mean, one of the people that I highlighted was a guy called Ted Heath, who was Prime Minister of Britain, and he was the one that took us into the European Union. And so when you realize that people who you see on CNN or the BBC or whatever are involved in satanic ritual then and pedophilia, then you start to ask a simple question, of course: why? Why do they do it? And if you take the Satanism, well, you then start to look back into history. And I've talked to people all over the world who've taken part in satanic rituals, often against their will, and some who eventually saw the light. And they have described how the rituals work. And I'm talking human sacrifice rituals, often as kids, involving kids, by the way. And what they're describing is what back in the ancient world was done openly. They're making offerings to the gods. So, what bloody gods? And also, another question: what do the gods get out of this? So, then you start to realize that these pantheons of gods, like I said earlier, are worshipped all over the world, in every community, every era in the ancient world, under different names. But you look at then in detail at the way they're described, and they're describing the same entities. I mean, we know about the Greek pantheon with Zeus and the others, but the same applies all over the place. In every community and every era and every culture, there's these gods. In places like the East, they still worship them under things like Hinduism, multiple gods. But what's happened with other religions is they've fused what were before multiple gods into one God. And you realize as you research this, and like I've been doing it now for 35 years, or into be 36 now, that these people in the world today that are taking part in all this are actually worshipping, making offerings to the same, quote, gods that they were in the ancient world. And these gods are in the astral dimension, which interpenetrates this reality.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed that episode, you might also enjoy this episode over here, as well as this one over here. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. I'll see you in the next video.